Caitlin Clark's incredible season has come to a storybook ending as she won the Rookie of the Year award.
You are the 2024 Kia WNBA Rookie of the Year.
Caitlin Clark's rookie season, it was a show. Her 769 points set a new rookie record, passing Hall of Famer Simone Augustus from her debut campaign.
Caitlin Clark just broke the WNBA. She's not just Rookie of the Year. She's outshining LeBron and Curry in ratings impact, but now she's under fire from all sides. What's really going on with the new face of women's basketball? When were rookies expected to need time to acclimate to the professional game? That memo did not reach Caitlin Clark. She plays as though she has been in the league for a long time. Why are critics and admirers going crazy over her performances? And what's her secret? Let's discuss Clark's performances that changed the game. Not only is this rookie talented, but she's extraordinary.
The WNBA Rookie of the Year race was pretty much neck and neck for the majority of the season, but now the league has officially crowned its queen. Caitlin Clark is your 2024 WNBA Kia Rookie of the Year. My girl averaged 19.2 points a game, 5.7 rebounds, and led the league with 8.4 assists per game. And that made her the first rookie to ever lead the W in that category. And I mentioned the Rookie of the Year race being tight throughout the season, but she ended up with 66 votes from a national panel of 67 sports writers and broadcasters.
In her debut season, 3 times as the Player of the Week for the Eastern Conference? That is completely crazy. Most players only hope to receive that award once, but Clark has already won it 3 times. She's setting the pace, not simply keeping up with the pros. What could be more absurd? Clark had this one game when he went really crazy. Imagine this. Clark is in the game, holding the ball. She is skillfully maneuvering around defenders as if they are motionless. In a split second, she can be near the 3-point line or making an unbelievable pass to a teammate underneath the hoop.
Caitlin Clark got all but one Rookie of the Year vote. She will not have the distinction of being a unanimous Rookie of the Year. Is it a big, I would tend to think Caitlin Clark doesn't care, but she probably does care a little bit. And a lot of people are celebrating that. They're excited. They stay strong, whoever it was that, kept it real and blah, blah, and denied her that distinction.
Commentators are at a loss for words as the audience goes bonkers. It's like watching an experienced professional rather than a recent college graduate. However, Clark's influence extends beyond only her on-court performance. Now let's discuss those WNBA ratings. You won't believe this, but some claim that Clark has had a greater impact on viewing than Steph Curry and LeBron James put together. Yes, you read correctly, larger than 2 of the top stars in the NBA. I understand your thoughts at this point. How on earth is it even feasible? As the season progresses, it appears that Clark's presence has taken on a national significance. People pay attention to her music. She seems to have a magnetic pull on the audience. They're curious to see what she'll do next and what record she's going to break.
Caitlin Clark's going to go, can you believe I didn't go unanimous? Now, I thought we would have unanimous MVP and unanimous Rookie of the Year. But it feels like all these voters are like, wasn't me. Wasn't me. Yes, Paulie. You got that with Asia Wilson, but Caitlin Clark all but won, and I don't think it's going to ruin her summer. I don't.
This is when the intriguing part comes in. Is a novice really supposed to be under this much pressure? Yes, Clark is fantastic. But can one player truly bear the blame for the prosperity of an entire league? That's a lot of pressure to place on someone, particularly someone who is only beginning their professional career. Not to be overlooked, the WNBA is home to some amazing players as well. Some are novices making their mark, while there are veterans who have been holding it down for years. Is it appropriate to give one player so much attention? But then again, it's difficult to be neutral when watching Clark play. She exudes a spark of excitement that illuminates the entire game. You cannot look away from the court when she is playing. You're constantly speculating about her next move. While Clark is creating waves, she is also upending expectations.
Caitlin Clark showed up, and this is proof that her life is 10 times as hard as, to get the same credit.
People were actually watching her play basketball, so that added stress of the much bigger audience certainly came into play. I don't want to say scrutiny, but coverage is another way of lowering the bar. And I'm going to say this again. This is a Confucius mantra. The standards they set for you is what they really think of you.
The WNBA has come under fire from a reputable sports journalist for the way they are treating her accomplishment. What's the beef? And might it alter our assessment of Clark's influence? One would assume that everyone would be following Caitlin Clark's lead, wouldn't they? Not quite so quickly, though. Drama is brewing in the WNBA world as a result of several well-known figures in the sports media pushing back. Now, let's discuss Jemele Hill. She doesn't think Clark is worth all the buzz. Hill is not fond of the way the WNBA playoffs are being discussed. She calls it irresponsible to attribute the decline in playoff viewership to Clark's absence. Hill's argument? Of course, Clark would raise those figures, but so would any other well-known figure. On Twitter, Hill didn't hold back. Yet, I keep seeing careless headlines claiming the WNBA playoffs are down because there isn't Kayla Clark, the writer commented. If she appeared in it, would the ratings rise? Of course. But what if LeBron James and Steph Curry faced off, or if big market teams were involved? Wouldn't the finals ratings be better then? That's a bold perspective, isn't it? In essence, Hill is saying, hey, let's not put all our eggs in the Caitlin Clark basket. However, what are your thoughts? Does Clark truly deserve all the hype, or is Hill correct to rein it in? Let's move on to another controversy now. Do you recall the game where Clark was struck in the eye? That set off an entirely new drama. Reporter Christine Brennan of USA Today began to grill him about it. She was curious as to whether DiJonai Carrington intended to intentionally hit Clark. Whoa, how about shaking things up? This infuriated the WNBA Players Association. They even demanded that Brennan forfeit her media credentials, claiming that her inquiries were completely inappropriate. That is a severe matter. Brennan isn't giving up though, says she was just going about her business. According to her, I ask questions that I would ask 100 times out of 100. It's journalism 101 for me. What's Brennan trying to say? She's allowing players to voice their opinions on significant matters. Big questions are raised by this entire situation. Do reporters have the right to pose such difficult questions, or ought they to take it easy? The Players Association, what about it? Are they going too far in defending their players, or are they in the right? It appears that the WNBA as a whole is being highlighted by Clark's success, and not everyone is happy with what they see. The attention Clark is giving the league is greatly appreciated by some. Some worry that it comes too soon and is too much. One thing is evident throughout all the commotion. Caitlin Clark is drawing attention. But is she truly the revolutionary that everyone says she is? Let's dissect the actual events that are taking place on the court. Recall the Rookie of the Year trophy we discussed earlier? It appears that Clark is gaining more than just accolades. She is also winning people over. Her reaction when she was awarded that distinction was impeccable. But what's even more awesome? In a video, NBA legend Chris Paul acknowledged her. Imagine receiving such praise from a celebrity as a novice. Paul expressed more than congrats. He urged Clark to keep trying and improving. From one of the top point guards in the league, that shows a great deal of respect. It appears as though he recognizes something unique in her that has the potential to completely alter the landscape of women's basketball. But this is when the intriguing part starts. Not only is Clark impressing the pros, but she's drawing in viewers like she owns the place. And guess what? The WNBA is witnessing record numbers. Each game Clark participates in feels like a mini event. A lot of people are watching to see what she does next. Consider that for a moment. People who have never watched women's basketball before are starting to pay attention because to one player who recently graduated from college. That benefits not just Clark, but the entire league as well. But first, let's briefly apply the brakes. Does the sport benefit from all of this attention? Some people are concerned that it comes too soon. They claim that we are placing an excessive amount of pressure on one player, and perhaps they are right. Basketball is a team sport after all. Conversely though, Clark's achievements might be motivating an entirely new group of ballers. When you were a little girl, picture yourself watching Clark throw out assists and drain three-pointers with ease. The idea of being a WNBA player no longer seems so far. The key question now is Caitlin Clark turning into a real women's basketball hero? Is it too soon to tell, or what? It's a difficult decision. She possesses the abilities, numbers, and star power, all on the one hand. She is raising awareness of the league in a way that has never been seen before. However, performing well isn't the only thing that makes a hero. It's about elevating the game both on and off the court and motivating others. Furthermore, measuring an influence like that takes time. But one thing is certain, People are talking about women's basketball because of Clark. You can't argue she's not making waves, whether you believe she's another gifted rookie or the next big thing. That's no minor feat in a sport that's not given much credit. What are your thoughts then? Is Caitlin Clark a genuine individual? Is this a game changer, or is this all simply hype? This is not the end of the story, so stay tuned. If Clark's debut season is any indication, her career is just getting started and will be an incredible one.